funny enough, I didn't mention this in the background information, but he was at least rumored to be living in the gated community in my neighborhood. So, like, in our neighborhood, there was a gated community, and, you know, you had to go and, like, talk to a person at, like, a little booth, and they let you in. Like, no one goes in or out without, you know, being buzzed in by a resident or something like that. So it was rumored he was living there, and then something happened to the house. And it was around I Am Nostradamus time. And I wonder if that's what he's talking about, personal stuff that I'd rather not elaborate on. Did he lose that house?
Oh, man.
In the gated community. Just for, you know, privacy's sake. I won't mention the name of the gated community, but yeah. I at least heard, you know, my friend Lisa, her mom was Naz's accountant, I believe.
Okay.
So that's where I heard that rumor that he had lived there for like a year or two and then something happened.
Oh, shit.
And I don't want to say the word because if RZA listens to our show, I don't want to trigger anything in him.
Well, listen.
It was either that or, you know, a fire.
Okay. I want to say it so bad because I like saying it. All right. But I'll put it this way. One of the antagonists in the Halo series. How about that? Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, this reminded me. Let me write this down. I need to get sound bites from that time T.I. was trying to get into his gated community. Open the gate, fuck nigga. Whatever he was saying. That was amazing.
I had one friend who lived in a gated community, and it was really an ordeal to hang out with him, to like go to his house for a play date.
Listen, let me tell you, as a delivery driver, you know, surprisingly, it hasn't been too much of an ordeal because most of them are considerate enough to give me like the code, the access code or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Before I pull up, you know. But yeah, it's like as a concept, I understand.
I don't know if I could live in the gated community. It's almost the opposite of the anarchy I live amongst right now. But like, it's very surveillance state kind of.
Yeah,
like,
and it's
there's
stuffy,
constantly.
like...
Yeah, there's constantly. Forget about just getting into the psychology of the kind of people who would want to live there and why, but also, like, there's always like security guards roaming around. It's just like Cop City, basically. You really got to be on the up and up if you live there.
Yeah, I gotta find this footage, man, because like, yeah, I'm coming back next week with T.I. drops, okay? Because look, the gated, okay, I'm rating on gated communities. I'm gonna go 7-.
One thing I used to like doing in my delivery days was doing the gated community gimmick, but then once I've gained access, not leaving right away.
Yeah,
and doing some interpretive driving to some music for a little bit.
Bro, listen, Wolves and Mel Connect. Once they let you in, I'm not here to cause no trouble, but I want to see what's going on in here. You know, I wouldn't be in here otherwise.
I want to scope out the houses. I want to ride around in an area where I know there's no real cops, just fake ones.
Yeah.
And I kind of just want to listen to music and take in this environment I never get to see.
Right.
Because I don't know anyone that lives here.
Listen,
this is like a hidden part of the map that, like, you know, I've gained access to for a brief period.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You really do. Okay? Once you're in there, you gotta poke your nose around.
You get in some Long Island gated communities, it's fucking insane, okay?
I'm glad we connect on that, you know?
But it's very much like fucking M. Night Shyamalan, The Village. Like, they're trying to, like, live in a bubble, you know, away from everything else.
I give it a 7- because I understand if you're a person of, you know, of note, You know, it's like, and you can't just be out there, you know, all kinds of bad
PON?
actors. Yeah, a pawn, a person of note. You know, you gotta protect yourself and your family. But if you're just one of these people, you know, I know the types of people. Y'all know the types of people that are just there because you just can't bear to be around people who are, quote, lesser than you. Then you might be the reason I downgrade to a 6+ one day. But anyway, gated community rankings coming at like I don't know, 7,254 patrons, like a gate.
Why not just get a nice house in the suburbs? Why get, like, to me, gated community is somewhat of a downgrade because your house is kind of prefab condo style bullshit, but you're just doing it. You have a security guard up in front and like a gate that goes up and down or whatever. Like, fuck that. Get a really nice house and just get a fucking alarm system. What the hell?
Nah, bro. This is why. Because you're gonna, if you don't get in the gated community, you're gonna have knuckleheads like Mel and Daniel the Biggest Bozo and Stilo and all of the gang pulling up to the Calabasas thing trying to talk to Drake. Okay?
You know,
that's why you need that guy there to turn people like us away. Okay.
When I was doing the courier shit out here when I first came out to LA, I was going to some places where like it was kind of a compound and there's multiple security guards and like they have their own like little station and mad walkie-talkies and everything. And, you know, it's not a gated community. It's just a lockdown situation.
I see.
So hire private security. If you really got it like that, if you're someone of note, you know, PON.
Listen, I respect gated communities when they're like when they need. I do when they have to have that extra layer because, bro,
you know what's cool? Non-gated communities.
Well, of course,
you still got to kind of drive in, and there's like a sign out front that lets you know like this is the like entering.
Yeah,
here,
like the little like, subdivision.
The blank at blank. It's like ooh, the blank at blank.
Oh yeah, like
okay.
What was the name of that song? The Fuge at like Hidden
It's
Hills.
always, you know, it's like, oh, the Strathmore at Windsor Hills or some shit like that. It's like, ooh, the Strathmore at Windsor Hills. And you drive in and you're like, ooh. But it's not gated. It's just nice houses, you know? Give me that house. That's what we do. We drive around, you let us in, and we look at it, and we go, we point at the houses, and we go, give me that house.
Imagine pulling up somebody's house, like they're outside on the lawn, like barbecuing or just like meeting with their neighbor, and you get up and get out, and you just point at their house, give me that house.
This is a robbery.
They might not even call the police. If they're really trill, they'll just be amused. It's like, no. Like when we just pack up, oh, sure, here you go. Here are the keys. You know, give me that house is crazy. It's a crazy thing to request to somebody. Yeah, listen.
I do play a game with myself, though, when I'm in those places. I'm like, all right, what's the best house? And I see one, I'm like, that's the best one for now. And then we, you know, see, you know, elimination style, ultimately, like, oh, wow, this is the one. And, you know, you look up the address, you find the blueprints, you know, you send someone out there to stake out the place, and, you know, you start to plan the invasion. You
know what? This is... this reminds me. I'll just give this to him because this is... I may have talked about this on the show, but as a delivery driver, sometimes you get a peek into a house, and you just imagine the life they're living. And... because, listen, I have good awareness. Like, I don't want to be interpreted as a creep. Sometimes I want to say, like, oh, you have nice... Listen, I'll just play this. This is from a real delivery, okay? I put it in the signal chat, and this is how it is sometimes, folks.
I'm tired of delivering food, motherfucking tandoori barbecue to the girl I'm pretty sure I went to high school with. She opened the door. She say, I'm sorry. I had the lights on for you. I said, oh, you're fine. And I handed her a fucking tandoori barbecue. And I see in her house, nigga. I like her paint. I like her color scheme on the walls. It was navy blue and white, nigga. It looked very, very calming, very soothing color scheme. I can't tell her this shit because she looked like she married. I ain't see no nigga, but she looked married. And I don't want to be a creep, nigga. Talking about, I like the way your house set up. So I just leave and I come back in the car and I yell at you niggas.
That's what happens. It's a true story, okay? But listen.
This is who's delivering your food, folks. If there was never a better time, maybe, than now to possibly think about growing your own food, making food yourself, going grocery shopping, and learning how to cook, you know?
Think about the truth of your food consumption.
Think about it.
You got maniacs like me on the loose.
You got maniacs like this who don't act on their maniacal impulses, and instead they just vent to their group chat. But think about the fact that this is one of the more normal and stand-up individuals delivering the food right now. Jesse's out there pushing P in Rab shirts and then going out and delivering orders.
Yeah, let's keep it a bean. Delivery drivers are some of the sickest niggas, okay? Because we can't work. We're not built to work the regular jobs. That's why we're doing this, okay?
Man, see,
we're a little off.
It's somewhat of a different time for deliveries because a lot of it is, you know, meet at the vehicle, meet outside, put at the door. But back in the pizza delivery days, when I was delivering pizza on Long Island, you know, you'd get that peek right through the front door style when you'd come with that pizza. Yeah. And it's like, you know, sometimes you'd see kids, pizza.
Oh, man.
You know, and they love it. You know, everyone loves pizza. Yep. Everyone's happy. Pizza!
Pizza gets the biggest pop amongst families, for sure.
It gets a huge pop. I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm a star in the city, you know? Like, forget about it. So, you know, we're delivering pizzas, but sometimes that door opens and, you know, it's like the door opens and someone gets the food and you hear like, I want to know that I've done one thing right. Like in the background, you're like, what is happening?
Oh,
this shit
bro,
looks like
man.
Fight Club. Like it's so dreary and like bleak. I'm thinking like, yo, is this like, is this guy like, is this like a murderer's house or something?
Bro. There was literally a saga.
You've seen Zodiac, right? With Jake Gyllenhaal?
I think I have. Yeah, I think so.
The David Fincher movie. Like when he goes in dude's basement and like John Carroll Lynch, I think, and he's like behind Jake Gyllenhaal the whole time while he's in the basement and you feel like how low the ceilings are. And like, bro, first of all, when people would tell me to come in with the food, I'd always be like, I need to gauge the situation here. Like, am I going to say yes or no? Like, are there, like, if I see kids, I'll usually be like, yeah, this is like a safe place. I'll go in and put it on the whatever, you know? Sometimes they got like slaves, housekeepers, and they'd be like, oh, like, you know, like go, they'd send the housekeeper and it's like, follow them. And I go through all these like corridors. I'm like, what kind of house is this? And I'm thinking to myself, like, who is this person who's leading me around? Like, what is going on here? And they're like, oh, like, Mrs. Something wants you to leave this over here. And I'm just like, shit. Oh, okay, cool. Like, all right, nice. And I'm thinking, like, so who gave who the tip in this labyrinthian maze of a home? Like, where's the tip? You know, I see they have slaves. Like, clearly they're going to tip me, right?
Man. You know.
No tip. No tip. Fuck me, I guess.
I guess it's fuck me. Yeah, a lot of times. And these
the best tip I've ever gotten
sometimes. Yeah.
On the pizza style was a guy's son came home from Iraq and he was in a giving mood and he gave me like $300. It was really maybe the best day of my life. To get $300 unexpected dollars. It was insane.
Man. Shit. Well, I mean, I would. He said he came back from Iraq?
Yeah.
He's happy to still be alive, bro. That's what that is.
No, it was his dad. Like, his son came back from Iraq.
Oh, well, he was happy that his son was alive.
He was happy that, he told me that. He was like, you're really lucky. My son just came home from Iraq. I'm in a giving mood. I'm like,
oh my God, what? Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this. What is happening?
Oh, God. Well, hey,
and his son's name was Mr. Beast.
Oh, my God. Look, don't get me started on him. Listen, I saw somebody say like the worst person. I'm like, listen, okay, he's not the worst person. All right, that's a crazy jump. That's a crazy leap. There are worse people than Mr. Beast.
Whoever said
he's
that,
a little icky how he moves, I guess, you know?
Yeah, I mean, whoever said that, basically, like, it's less him and it's more so, like, it's sad that this is what society has come to, that people like him have to, like, do good things, but only to be incentivized by some sort of, you know, viral clout or some shit like that. Like, yeah, that's more where
Look, it's the same criticism I understood with the God's Plan video. It's like, do we have to turn, like, philanthropy and what's the word? The altruism? Is that what I'm thinking about? No, wait. Yeah, altruism. Like, does it have to be turned into content? Like, I get it. It's a little slimy. It's like, are you doing
you're
this
either
because
fucking
you want...
with people or you're giving them money? That's like you're pranking them and pretending to pee on their leg on the urinal, or you're... And it's always a trick, too, I've noticed. It's like this thing they do where they say, oh, I don't have any money for this cereal.
That's that
Can you
guy,
help me buy it?
Who is it? And I actually follow this guy because he's like the only YouTuber that a prank YouTuber that I follow because his stuff's pretty cool. I think it's like Juan or something. I don't know. He's all right. You know, he's like, yeah, I left my wallet like at the house.
I left my wallet, and then they'll go to someone who they think looks broke, and then they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll get it for you. And then all of a sudden it's like, I have $500 for you. I had money the whole time. Because you were
being a good person, you know?
I was just trying to make sure you were a good person.
It's weird. Admittedly, it's a little weird, but I look at it this way. It's like, yeah, they're trying to get props for themselves, you know? But would you rather these good things not be done? It's like the latest what he's like, you made blind people be able to see again. It's like, listen, would you rather put up with the ickiness of this guy trying to put himself over, but these blind people get to see, or would we rather these blind people not be able to see?
Well, what's the alternative? He's in the complete opposite direction. He's like, I'm going to remove 200 people's sight today.
Well, no, what he could do is just do it for people and we never hear about it. And I guess, too, there's also, like, the people enjoy the content of, like, seeing the life-changing gesture. Like, I understand that. It's not always about, you know... Anyway, I don't want to get this with Mr. Beast. I don't know. I had his burger, okay? His burger was like a 7. Okay, that's all I can say. But the man himself, I don't watch enough of his
That's
videos.
a local establishment that's been subcontracted by
it was Bob Evos,
his company.
Okay, Bob Evos.
It was Bob Evos, okay.
We rapped about this in the Message 2022. Go check it out on YouTube, folks. All right? But, yeah.
Wow, we rapped about this.
I know, crazy, right? Yeah. We freestyled.
Nobody answered my question on there about fucking potatoes. Not fucking potatoes, but potatoes.
Right, yeah.
This ain't American potato.
Anyway. Oh, before I forget, the number one demographic of people who order delivery that want you to come in their house is elderly black women. For sure. Like, come on in. Like, but that's also the safest demographic, too, because, like, they're not going to get you jumped. You know? Probably not. Yeah, anyway. What are we doing? Tails tangents now. We were on Nostradamus. I don't remember how we got there. But anyway, yeah, look, I like this.
You were talking about looking into people's homes.
Yeah. It was gated communities. It was... Why did we get to talk about gated communities? Oh, Nas, right. Because the gray area in his life and how that might have been...
And I was trying to say maybe it's this because I distinctly remember Lisa's mom being his accountant and him being rumored to live in this development.
Got it. Word. All right. Well,
I would walk my dog past when I would walk my dog, and I remember thinking to myself every time, I wonder if Nas is in his room right now.
Oh, man.
Is he making a song? Is he watching TV in the living room? Is he working out? What's he doing right now? I'm walking my dog.
This reminds me of when I worked at Vines in Carlsbad. And on my day off, the old friend, Christian, he texted me. He's like, bro, Tony Hawk came in today. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, the day that's when Tony Hawk wants to come in. You know, it's like, come on, man. You know?
I'd go on to meet Nas, but we'll talk about it on the Life is Good review.
Word.